Aloha YouTube family, welcome back to my channel. This video I will be making another one of the recipes that's on the list of the requests to be made, and that is yellow buns or bangi samasama. Let's start cooking, family. You will need the following ingredients: bread flour, sachet of yeast, sugar, salt, egg, raisins, this is optional, soft butter, condensed milk, warm milk, and yellow food coloring. In the bowl, I'll add our wet ingredients. Start with the warm milk. I'll add the condensed milk as well. Let's go with the sugar and our egg. Just give it a quick stir just to combine those ingredients I've added so far. I'm now going to add our food coloring. So about 3 drops. Now that's 2 large drops there. A little bit. Okay, so give it a good stir. Feel free to add more if you need to, depending on how, or depending on the color of the buns that you want. If you want a nice solid yellow, go ahead and add a little bit more. But I think this is enough for me. Right now I'm going to add my yeast and I'll give it a good stir. Okay, that's good enough. Right now I'm going to add my flour. I am also adding my salt. We will give this a good mix to combine the wet ingredients and our dry ingredients. In the description box below, I have got the recipe. I know there has a few of our family members, our community, who have asked about the recipes of some of the dishes that I've made in the past. I have included all the recipes in the description box below. So you click on the side of this video, there is a description of the dishes I make. So there's an arrow, I think on your right side or left. Just have a look, there's a down arrow. Click on that arrow. It will take you straight to the recipe. You will see the recipe, the ingredients and everything. So even this one, I will have everything available for you. I also wanted to mention that particularly for this one, I have some notes and tips I've put in there about the reasons why I use certain ingredients, and so on. So in this particular recipe, I am experiencing using a different flour, a good quality flour like bread flour. So I will share how I feel about using the good quality flour in this recipe and versus the normal all-purpose flour that we use daily. I will share with you the outcome and why I use it. Right now I'm going to add my butter. And I'll use my hand and knead that into the dough. Okay, if the dough is too wet, you can add a little bit more flour. Start with a 1/4 cup first, or a tablespoon, and then continue adding as you go along or when you need it. Okay. Don't worry, I'll give you the exact amount of cups that I've used. So I'm adding another 1/4 cup. I am now moving my flour on the board, and I'm gonna knead it for a good 8 minutes just to combine everything. I can feel the texture of our dough is nice and soft. Okay everyone, I've been rolling our dough for a good 8 minutes. Okay, it's nice and soft. And it's now ready to go into my oiled bowl. We'll let it proof for about an hour. And I'm going to use this this is a clean one. I picked up from someone's idea on YouTube. Shower cap, that it's a brand new one. I just took it out of the packet. I saved it from when we stayed at the hotel. Okay, so this will go in a warm place for about an hour until it doubles in size, and then we'll come back and continue on the rest of our recipe. I will quickly explain again what I said in the beginning. I think I was, confusing myself and you guys. So I'm now using the quality bread flour here. I am experimenting using the proper bread flour versus the normal all-purpose flour to make my buns. I've made it before with the normal all-purpose flour. It turned out alright. It was nice and soft, but it wasn't to the quality of the shop that I wanted. So I am experiencing using the proper one and the other ingredients and see what outcome. I will let you know, and I'll share with you my thoughts on it. If it's worth going the extra mile and spend the extra money on getting the quality, because they're not cheap. They're a little bit expensive, but if it makes your bakery turned out really nice and the way you wanted, why not? Why not go ahead and spend a little bit of more money to get the quality ingredients? Okay, I'll show you when we come back. Okay everyone, our dough's been sitting for more than an hour. I had to do a few things, and so it's been sitting for about 2 hours and a bit. I would say 2 hours and a half. And look at it, it's expanding a bit more or above the top part of the bowl. So, and it's soft too. So it's still soft, nice and soft. I'm just going to let go of that air, and I will bring it onto the bench, and then I'll start forming our rolls. I'll just dusting my bench with a bit of flour. I'll divide our dough in 2 equal portions. So I'm going to leave one on the side for now, and I'll work on the other one first. For this one, I'm going to add the raisins. Not everyone likes the raisins. Leave it out if you don't want to. If you want your buns plain, just leave the raisins out. If you do, go ahead and add it. Okay. And I'm going to roll. Okay, try and roll it tight. Tidy up the end part of the roll. Okay. Okay, so I've got 6 here. I'm just going to go ahead and shape them. So I have my tin. I've put a baking paper in the bottom of the tin, and I've buttered the top. I haven't buttered the sides of the tin yet. I'm not going to. I wanted to try and see if it doesn't burn too much on the sides, like go too brown on the sides of the tin when I bake it. The last time I buttered the sides of the tin, it came out too brown. So I'm going to try something different, and I'll let you know and see what happens without buttering the sides of the tin. Okay. I could have put them straight like this after cutting them, but I want them to have a nice round shape up the top. The dough is super soft. I can just tell it's going to have a nice soft texture to the buns, but we will see. I'm excited to see how soft it turns out. This is our first load of buns, yellow buns. I'm going to roll these left over, and I'll do something else with it, or I'll roll and make another loaf of yellow buns. So we'll leave this on the side, and we'll let it rise for about 30 more minutes until it doubles in size again, and then we'll bake it in the oven. So our buns are ready now. As you can see, it has rised again to the top of the and it's leveling the top of the baking or the bread loaf tin. I'm going to brush the top with my egg wash, and that is just milk mixed with 1 egg. If you can see, my oven is preheated already at 160 degrees Celsius or 370 Fahrenheit to our families in America and other parts of the world. I'm going to bake our buns in the oven for about 20 to 25 minutes, and I'll keep checking as well. Okay, before I put it in the oven, I'll quickly explain. What I'm going to do is I am going to bake our buns in the oven for about 10 to 15 minutes. After that, I won't open the oven within that 10 minutes. I'll leave it to bake for 10 to 15 minutes. And then after 15 minutes, I will then open the oven. I'll bring it out and cover it with foil. Reason why I'm doing that is I don't want to burn the top of our buns while baking in the oven, because the oven can get too hot. Okay, so I'll do that, and then I'll show you as we go along. Okay, the buns are in the oven now. So again, after 10-15 minutes, I will open it, bring it out and cover it with foil, and then put it back in and finish the process of the baking. Okay, it's now come to the best part of the cooking, and that's, tasting and checking out our baking tonight. If you can see on the board, I've just brushed the top with a little bit of sugar and hot water. I melt the sugar in the hot water, and then I brush the top with that, and that makes it shinier. Okay, so if you can see, I am now going to move it onto my board. Look at that moment of truth. Okay, and then I'll quickly turn it over. Oh my, it's super soft. Now, look at that. I'm just tapping the sides, and you can see from the top, it's just, I feel it. It's really soft. So far, I am really, really happy with the outcome from using the good quality flour and let it rise for a bit longer than an hour. Okay, I'm going to cut it. Okay, it's still hot, but I just want to cut so you can see the inside. Okay, so this is the inside. Obviously, these were the last two without the raisins, and I will do the other sides with the raisins. You can see the raisins slid inside. It's still hot, but I can feel how nice and soft the buns are. I don't know if you can see from here. Alright, see the middle, in the middle of the buns. Okay, and inside as well. I am now turning, and it's very soft in the middle. You can still see the smoke in the middle because it's just came out of the oven. Okay, so there it is, my families and friends, our yellow bangi samasama, or yellow buns in English. Okay, I'm going to taste it just like that, and then have it with butter. super soft. So that's my experiment of using the good quality, low protein flour to make these versus using the normal all-purpose flour. You will get the outcome that you're after. Plus the little tips that I shared with you in the process of baking, and that it will give you some really nice yellow buns results. Well, I hope you enjoy cooking with me tonight or baking with me, and I hope you give this recipe a try. See you next time. Bye.